Why don't they like you? 9 hidden reasons that might shock you. Welcome to Live Stoic, Live Strong. Have you ever felt an icy stare from someone you barely know, as if they've already decided they don't like you? Or wondered why, despite your warm smiles and kind words, certain people seem to push you away with a wall of coldness? What if the real reasons behind their dislike have nothing to do with you, but lie hidden in the shadows of their own hearts? Buckle up, because today, we're unraveling a mystery that's as fascinating as it is human. In this video, we'll dive deep into 9 surprising reasons why some people might harbor intense negative feelings toward you. Reasons that could shift the way you see your relationships forever. Before we jump in, let's take a moment to celebrate you, the incredible community that makes these videos so special. Your thoughtful comments, your support, your stories, they fuel my passion to create, and I read every single one with a smile. If you're new here, welcome. Hit that like button, tap the bell for notifications, and let's embark on this eye-opening journey together. Ready? Let's go. Reason 1. The silent sting of envy and jealousy. Picture this. You're sharing a moment of joy. Maybe you just landed a dream job, or you're glowing with confidence after a personal win. But instead of cheers, you notice a flicker of resentment in someone's eyes. Why? The answer often lies in 2 powerful, corrosive emotions: envy and jealousy. These feelings are like a slow poison, seeping into relationships, turning admiration into bitterness and respect into contempt. Envy creeps in when someone sees something in you, a talent, a success, a spark, that they desperately want but feel they can't have. Maybe it's your thriving career, your unshakable optimism, or even the way you light up a room. Instead of feeling inspired, they look at you and see a mirror reflecting their own insecurities, their own unfulfilled dreams. Have you ever noticed how someone's mood sours when you share good news? That's envy at work, whispering in their ear, "Why them, and not me?" Jealousy, on the other hand, is envy's darker cousin. It festers when someone believes your success somehow dims their own light. Your achievements become a yardstick for their dissatisfaction, and rather than celebrating you, they let resentment simmer. This bitterness can twist into something uglier: gossip that spreads like wildfire, subtle jabs disguised as jokes, or even attempts to sabotage your efforts. It's as if your "shine, contact me if you need further assistance" casts a shadow they can't escape, and they'll do anything to dim it. The saddest part: envy and jealousy often stem from their own inner battles, not from anything you've done wrong. Your success, your joy, your you-ness simply holds up a mirror to their struggles. And instead of facing those struggles, they turn their frustration outward, aiming it at you. Understanding this doesn't just help you navigate these tricky dynamics, it empowers you to rise above them with grace. As we peel back the layers of this first reason, you might already be thinking of moments when envy cast a shadow over your relationships. But this is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll explore even more surprising reasons why some people might pull away or push against you. And trust me, these insights will leave you seeing the world in a whole new light. Stay tuned for the next, where the journey gets even deeper. Last time, we uncovered how envy and jealousy can silently poison relationships, casting shadows over even the brightest connections. But what happens when the roots of someone's dislike run deeper, tangled in missteps and unspoken assumptions? Let's dive into the next chapter of this human mystery, exploring 2 more surprising reasons why some people might pull away from you, and how understanding these can light the way to stronger, clearer relationships. Reason 2. The fragile web of misunderstandings and poor communication. Imagine this. You're chatting with a friend, your words flowing with good intentions, but a single misplaced phrase or a fleeting glance shifts the mood. Suddenly, their smile fades, and a wall goes up. What just happened? The answer lies in the delicate dance of communication, where even the tiniest misstep can plant seeds of resentment that grow into towering barriers. Misunderstandings are like cracks in a mirror. They distort how we see each other. A casual comment might be heard as a jab, a thoughtful pause mistaken for disinterest, or a playful tone misread as sarcasm. These small moments, left unaddressed, stack up like bricks, building walls of suspicion or hostility. Have you ever wondered why someone suddenly seemed distant, as if you'd offended them without knowing how? Chances are, a misunderstanding quietly took root, twisting their perception of you into something you never intended. At the heart of these rifts is a gap between what we mean and what others hear. Communication isn't just about speaking, it's about listening, truly hearing, and seeing the world through another's eyes. When we fail to listen actively, we leave room for assumptions to creep in, painting you as cold, dismissive, or even unkind in their minds. Over time, these misinterpretations harden into grudges, transforming minor mix-ups into deep-seated negativity. The good news? You hold the power to mend these cracks. By embracing clear, open, and honest communication, you can dissolve misunderstandings before they fester. Next time uncertainty clouds a conversation, pause. Ask questions. Give others the benefit of the doubt. Picture yourself in their shoes, and watch how a little clarity can rebuild bridges you didn't even know were broken. Mastering this skill isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about nurturing relationships that thrive on trust and understanding. Reason 3. The clash of values and beliefs. Now picture a world where every person is a unique tapestry, woven from the threads of their values, beliefs, and experiences. Beautiful, right? But what happens when those tapestries don't align? The third reason some people might harbor negative feelings toward you is a clash of fundamental values and beliefs, the invisible forces that shape how we see the world. Each of us carries a set of core principles, like a compass, guiding our choices and actions. Maybe you value bold honesty, while someone else prioritizes quiet diplomacy. Perhaps your drive for ambition feels like a threat to someone who cherishes stability above all. These differences aren't just quirks. They're the building blocks of who we are. And when they don't match, it's easy for friction to spark. Think about it. Have you ever felt judged for a choice that felt so right to you, only to realize the other person was looking through a completely different lens? When values collide, it can breed discomfort, even resentment. Someone might see your lifestyle, your decisions, or your worldview as a challenge to their own, stirring feelings of unease or disapproval. Without mutual respect, these differences can morph into hostility, creating distance where connection once stood. The key to navigating this lies in empathy and openness. Recognizing that someone's disapproval might stem from a clash of values, not a flaw in you, frees you to approach these moments with grace. By fostering understanding and respecting their perspective, even when you don't agree, you can keep negativity at bay and build bridges across even the widest divides. As we unravel these reasons, you're probably starting to see how complex and layered human connections can be. But we're not done yet. In the next part, we'll dig even deeper into the hidden forces that shape how others perceive you. And trust me, these insights will spark revelations you won't want to miss. Stay tuned for the next page, where the journey continues. We've just explored how misunderstandings and clashing values can quietly sow seeds of resentment, pulling people apart like threads unraveling from a tapestry. But what happens when those threads are twisted by something even more insidious, lurking in the whispers and shadows of human connection? Let's dive deeper into this captivating mystery, uncovering 2 more reasons why some might turn against you, and how understanding these can empower you to navigate the complexities of relationships with wisdom and grace. Reason 4. The clash of values as a spark for conflict. Imagine standing in a room full of people, each holding a unique lens through which they view the world. Your lens, shaped by your values, your beliefs, feels like home, guiding every choice you make. But what happens when someone else's lens doesn't align with yours? The 4th reason some people might harbor negative feelings toward you is a clash of fundamental values, a collision that can ignite sparks of resentment and misunderstanding. These clashes aren't always about grand divides like politics or religion. Sometimes, they stem from the smallest details. A coworker who sees your relentless work ethic as a challenge to their laid-back approach, or a friend who bristles at your minimalist lifestyle because it questions their love for extravagance. When someone holds their values as the only truth, your differences can feel like a personal attack, a threat to the very core of their identity. Have you ever sensed someone pulling away because your choices didn't fit their mold? That's the clash at work, turning minor disagreements into battlegrounds. This defensive mindset builds walls, shutting out empathy and fueling disdain. When beliefs are deeply rooted, any challenge, real or perceived, can escalate into a conflict about who you are, not just what you think. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us that our values are shaped by our unique journeys, molded by upbringing and experiences. Recognizing this invites us to trade judgment for tolerance, to see differences not as threats, but as windows into another's world. By embracing open dialogue and respect, we can dissolve resentment before it takes hold, weaving richer, more harmonious connections in a beautifully diverse society. After all, isn't it our differences that make the human tapestry so vibrant? Reason 5. The poison of rumors and gossip. Now picture a whisper, rippling through a crowd, each retelling twisting the truth a little more, until it's unrecognizable. The 5th reason someone might turn against you is the destructive power of gossip and rumors. Silent daggers that can wound your reputation before you even know they've struck. Like a wildfire, gossip spreads swiftly, poisoning trust and painting you as a villain in the minds of others, often without a shred of truth. What makes gossip so dangerous? It's not just the words. It's the way they prey on our human nature. A juicy rumor, especially one that aligns with someone's biases or suspicions, is irresistible. It's like forbidden fruit, tempting people to believe and share without questioning. Whether it's a fabricated tale about your character or an exaggerated snippet of your life, these stories take on a life of their own, mutating with every retelling. Have you ever felt the sting of being misunderstood, judged by a narrative you didn't write? That's the cruel magic of gossip at work. The consequences can be devastating. A single rumor can unravel friendships, isolate you from your community, or even derail opportunities, leaving you to pick up the pieces of a reputation you didn't break. What's worse, gossip often targets your vulnerabilities, aiming to tear you down with precision. Yet the Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our integrity, our response. By rising above the noise and staying true to who you are, you can shield your peace from the chaos of whispered lies. As we unravel these intricate layers of human connection, you're probably starting to see how fragile yet powerful our relationships can be. But the journey isn't over. In the next part, we'll explore even more hidden forces that shape how others perceive you, revelations that might just change the way you move through the world. Stay tuned for the next page where the story deepens. We've just unraveled how clashing values and the venom of gossip can twist perceptions, turning allies into adversaries in the blink of an eye. But what if the roots of someone's hostility lie not in whispers or differences, but in the quiet battles they fight within themselves? Let's dive deeper into this human puzzle, exploring 2 more reasons why some might turn against you, and how understanding these can light the path to stronger, more compassionate connections. Reason 6. The shadow of personal insecurities and projection. Picture a moment when someone's sharp words or cold glance caught you off guard, leaving you wondering, what did I do? The 6th reason behind such negativity often lies in a complex, hidden force: personal insecurities and projection. When someone grapples with their own doubts and fears, those inner shadows can spill outward, casting you as the target of their unspoken struggles. Insecurities are like cracks in a foundation, born from past wounds, perceived failures, or the relentless pressure of comparing oneself to others. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely noted, those who feel unsteady within often project their turmoil onto others, especially those who seem to shine where they feel dim. Imagine a colleague who feels stuck in their career, watching you soar with confidence and success. Instead of inspiration, your achievements become a mirror, reflecting their own perceived shortcomings. Have you ever felt someone's resentment like a weight, simply for being you? That's projection at work, a defense mechanism that lets them dodge their insecurities by aiming their negativity at you. This dynamic can quickly spiral into hostility. Your strengths, your joy, even your authenticity can feel like a threat, reminding them of what they believe they lack. Rather than face their own fears, they build a narrative where you're the problem, the rival, the reminder of their struggles. But here's the truth. Their resentment isn't about you. It's a reflection of their inner battle, one you didn't start and can't solve. Recognizing this frees you to step back, to not take their hostility personally, and to approach them with compassion. By staying grounded in your own truth, you can foster an environment where empathy, not enmity, takes root. Reason 7. The absence of empathy and understanding. Now imagine a world where every interaction is woven with empathy, where understanding flows like a gentle river between hearts. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? Yet, in reality, one of the deepest reasons someone might harbor resentment toward you is the lack of these vital qualities. When empathy and understanding are missing, connections fray, and negativity creeps in like a chill. Empathy is the bridge that lets us step into another's shoes, to feel their joys and struggles as if they were our own. But when someone lacks this ability, whether due to their own pain, distractions, or a closed heart, misunderstandings multiply. Without empathy, your actions might be misjudged, your intentions skewed, or your warmth mistaken for indifference. Have you ever poured your heart into a gesture, only to be met with a cold shoulder? That's what happens when empathy is absent, leaving room for resentment to fester. This lack of understanding doesn't just create distance. It builds walls. Someone who can't see your perspective might cling to assumptions, painting you as the source of their frustration. Over time, these small slights stack up, turning fleeting moments into lasting grudges. The antidote? Cultivating empathy in your own actions, even when it's not returned. By modeling understanding and patience, you can chip away at those walls, creating space for connection where resentment once stood. As we peel back these layers, you're likely seeing how intricate and fragile the threads of human connection can be. But we're not finished yet. In the next part, we'll uncover even more hidden forces that shape how others perceive you, insights that might just transform the way you navigate the world. Stay tuned for the next page, where the story takes an even deeper turn. We've just peeled back the layers of how personal insecurities and a lack of empathy can cast shadows over relationships, turning warmth into resentment. But what happens when those shadows ignite into something fiercer, fueled by a relentless drive to outshine or overshadow? Let's dive deeper into this captivating human mystery, uncovering 2 more reasons why some might turn against you, and how understanding these can empower you to navigate connections with grace and resilience. Reason 8. The wall of missing empathy. Imagine reaching out to someone, your heart open, only to be met with a blank stare or a dismissive shrug. Why does this happen? The 8th reason some people harbor negativity toward you is a profound lack of empathy, a missing bridge that leaves misunderstandings to fester and grow. When someone can't step into your shoes, an invisible wall rises, blocking the path to true connection and paving the way for hostility. Empathy isn't just about feeling another's emotions. It's about seeing the world through their eyes, understanding their intentions, their struggles, their joys. Without it, even your kindest words or actions can be twisted into slights. A thoughtful comment might be misread as sarcasm, a moment of quiet mistaken for aloofness. Have you ever felt judged for something you didn't mean, as if your heart was invisible? That's the void of empathy at work, where assumptions and prejudice rush in to fill the gap. Thank you for staying with Live Stoic, Live Strong. It means you're seeking more than words. We're here for that journey with you. This lack of understanding breeds a rigid, black-and-white view of the world. People who struggle with empathy often lean on snap judgments, skimming the surface of who you are without diving deeper. Their conclusions, built on shaky assumptions, create a fertile ground for resentment rooted in ignorance. Worse, this self-centeredness, sometimes tied to narcissistic tendencies, can make them so absorbed in their own world that your successes or struggles feel irrelevant, even threatening. Their indifference can sting, like hostility, leaving you feeling small or dismissed. But here's the key. Their resentment often mirrors their own emotional limits, not your actions. Recognizing this frees you to approach these moments with compassion, to build bridges where you can, or to shield your heart from their negativity. By staying grounded in empathy, even when it's not returned, you hold the power to transform tension into understanding, or at least protect your peace. Reason 9. The fire of competition and rivalry. Now, picture a race where the finish line isn't about winning, but about seeing the other person stumble. The 9th reason someone might turn against you is the fiery spark of competition and rivalry, a force that can burn through relationships when it spirals beyond healthy bounds. In small doses, competition can inspire growth, pushing us to reach higher. But when it festers into obsession, it becomes a consuming blaze, fueled by insecurity, jealousy, or old wounds. Rivalry thrives in every corner of life, workplaces, social circles, even families. It starts innocently enough. A colleague vying for the same promotion, a friend measuring their life against yours. But when someone feels overshadowed or undervalued, that spark of competition can ignite into resentment. Have you ever sensed someone's smile tighten when you share good news, as if your success somehow dims their light? That's rivalry turning toxic, shifting their focus from their own growth to a burning desire to see you falter. This shift often happens when someone perceives your achievements as undeserved or, worse, as something they were meant to have. Instead of channeling their energy into self-improvement, they fixate on tearing you down through subtle jabs, undermining comments, or outright sabotage. It's as if your shine casts a shadow they can't escape, and their only relief lies in dimming your light. Yet the Stoics remind us to focus on what we control: our actions, our integrity, our response. By rising above the fray and celebrating your own path, you can douse the flames of rivalry with grace. As we unravel these intricate threads of human connection, you're probably seeing how even the smallest sparks can ignite powerful emotions. But there's more to this story. In the next part, we'll explore the final pieces of this puzzle, revealing insights that could reshape how you move through the world. Stay tuned for the next page, where the journey reaches its heart. We've just explored how the flames of rivalry and the absence of empathy can spark resentment, turning connections into battlegrounds. But what happens when that resentment is fueled by the weight of unspoken expectations, or the sting of being overlooked? Let's dive deeper into this intricate human tapestry, uncovering the final reasons why some might turn against you, and how these insights can guide you toward a life of authenticity and peace. Reason 10: the chains of social expectations. Imagine walking a path that feels true to your heart, only to feel the weight of disapproving glances from those around you. The 10th reason someone might harbor negativity toward you is the invisible force of social expectations, the unspoken rules that demand conformity to norms, traditions, or values. When you choose a different road, whether it's an unconventional career, a bold lifestyle, or a relationship that defies tradition, it can ripple through others like a stone tossed into still water. Your choices, vibrant and authentic, can feel like a challenge to those tethered to rigid beliefs. Picture a community where everyone follows a well-worn path, and you, with courage, carve your own. To some, your freedom is a mirror, reflecting the constraints they've accepted without question. Have you ever felt judged for simply being you, for daring to live outside the lines? That's the clash of social expectations at work, stirring discomfort, even resentment, in those who fear the unfamiliar. This negativity isn't about you. It's about their struggle to reconcile their beliefs with your independence. As Marcus Aurelius once taught, true freedom lies in living by your own compass, not the expectations of others. Your life is your own masterpiece, painted with the colors of your values and dreams. By embracing your authenticity, you not only find joy but also inspire others to question the chains that bind them. So stand tall, let their judgments fall like leaves, and keep walking your path with unwavering courage. Reason 11: the sting of unseen efforts. Now, picture pouring your heart into something, a project, a relationship, a quiet act of kindness, only to have it go unnoticed, like a song played to an empty room. The 11th reason for resentment lies in the lack of recognition, a deep human need that, when unmet, can sow seeds of bitterness. We all crave acknowledgement for our efforts, our victories, our presence. But when those contributions are overlooked, a slow-burning resentment can take root, especially in spaces like workplaces, families, or social circles, where recognition feels like a scarce prize. As the philosopher Epicurus wisely noted, feeling undervalued can spark envy toward those who seem to bask in the spotlight. Imagine a colleague who feels their hard work is ignored, watching you receive praise. Their bitterness isn't about your success, It's about the validation they crave. Have you ever sensed a chill from someone who felt invisible in your shadow? That's the pain of being unrecognized, twisting admiration into resentment. This dynamic reminds us that recognition is subjective, shaped by each person's needs and expectations. Some hunger for applause, while others thrive on quiet appreciation. The key lies in open communication, sharing gratitude, acknowledging others, and fostering spaces where everyone feels seen. For yourself, find strength in knowing your worth doesn't depend on others' validation. Your efforts, even unseen, are threads in the tapestry of your growth. As we close this chapter of our journey, you're likely reflecting on the complex forces that shape how others see you. But the story doesn't end here. In the next part, we'll tie these insights together, offering practical ways to navigate these challenges and build connections that uplift rather than divide. Stay tuned for the next page, where we bring this transformative tale full circle. We've just uncovered how the weight of social expectations and the sting of being overlooked can spark resentment, weaving complex threads in the tapestry of human connection. But how do we navigate these turbulent waters, protecting our peace while fostering relationships that uplift? Let's bring this journey full circle, tying together these insights with a powerful call to embrace your authenticity and rise above negativity. The art of setting boundaries and embracing your truth. Imagine standing at a crossroads, surrounded by voices pulling you in every direction, some cheering, others casting shadows of doubt. In this intricate dance of relationships, one truth shines through. Not every heart will align with yours, and that's okay. The key to thriving lies in setting boundaries, a bold act of self-love that shields your peace from those entangled in their own struggles. Whether it's jealousy, misunderstandings, clashing values, rumors, insecurities, a lack of empathy, or fiery rivalry, the negativity aimed at you often reflects their inner battles, not your worth. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing others away. It's about carving out space to nurture your own light. Picture it like tending a garden. You prune away what drains you to let your blooms flourish. Have you ever felt the relief of stepping back from someone's toxic energy, reclaiming your calm? That's the power of boundaries, letting you focus on relationships that celebrate your strengths and honor your journey. You're not responsible for soothing everyone's insecurities or winning universal approval. Your only duty is to live true to yourself. As the Stoics remind us, we can't control others' feelings, but we can control our response. When negativity swirls around you, let it pass like a storm cloud, knowing it reveals more about the other person's heart than yours. Instead of letting their resentment dim your shine, double down on your qualities, your kindness, your resilience, your authenticity. Surround yourself with those who see and cherish the real you, building a circle that feels like sunlight after rain. By focusing on these connections, you create a life rich with meaning and joy. A final word of encouragement. As we close this chapter, let's pause to celebrate you, a unique soul, woven from your own dreams, flaws, and triumphs. The reasons someone might turn away from you are often just echoes of their own struggles, not a measure of your value. So, walk your path with unwavering integrity, let kindness guide your steps, and hold fast to your authenticity. Have you ever felt the freedom of living fully as yourself, unshackled by others' expectations? That's the life you deserve, a life where you shine brightly, surrounded by those who lift you higher. Your journey is yours alone, but you don't walk it in isolation. Cherish the souls who see your heart, who cheer your victories, and hold space for your growth. Together, you'll create a world that's healthier, happier, and brimming with possibility. I'd love to hear your stories, your moments of courage, your triumphs over negativity. Share them in the comments, and let's inspire each other to keep shining. Thank you for your time. If one idea touched you today, come back next time. It may reach deeper. Share this with someone who needs a quiet moment. See you in the next video.